Hola Colchoneros, welcome to Atleti Fanatics, and we have very quick run of games right now with us. With every 2 days, Atleti is literally playing, and then again we have to record as well. So make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any preview and review of the game. You just stay in touch, help us reach 500 subscribers. That'll be very much appreciated, and then leave a like and share the video as well among other fellow Atleti fans. But anyway, let's just get this straight away. So, our next game is against Rayo Vallecano, and it's our home game. So, which is good, but we just had like one win in the past 6 matches, which came at Metropolitano only against Villarreal. So I hope like we can win this game, to be honest. But Rayo Vallecano, I mean, like Rayo Vallecano is a good team. Like like they played a draw against Barcelona, which I believe they deserve 3 points against Barcelona. The way they played, the way they actually like defeated that high line of Barcelona was amazing to watch. So I mean, it's not a joke. This team is not a joke, guys. I mean, I remember like Atleti scoring 7 against them at their home ground. Yeah, it's not the same team anymore. It's completely different team. They play very good football, and I mean, like even last season, actually, like we were struggling against Rayo Vallecano because again we were missing so many chances up front. And then, I mean, it is what it is. But let's just get on with the preview of this match day. Atleti right now, I would say is in shambles. To be honest, like it's very disappointing to see us play so good, but then we can't create anything. If we create something, we miss those chances, and then our defense has a moment of, let's say, they lose concentration, and then they literally concede from that lose of concentration. So, I mean, things are not working for us. Things are going against us. And Sörloth also had like just 1 match suspension, so he'll be back for the next match day. And
Unfortunately.
yeah, I think it's where we're hanging. We're playing Real Madrid this weekend.
Yep. That's the one time I don't want to see him.
Wow. Okay. Massive match coming up as well against Real Madrid. So before that, do you think like we would like rest some players, like like take this as let's say like we do in the Champions League, rest some players and then we play the main team on the weekend. Good news is Alex Baena is back. Jose Giménez is back, so that's some good news. Thiago Almada, not sure about his recovery. But yeah, our players are getting back, which is good to see. Johnny Cardoso, again, he's long gone. I guess he's long gone. Uh, moving on. Same Keeks, your thoughts on this on this match day?
This is, in my opinion, the hardest team we've played so probably going to be the hardest team we've played this season outside of Villarreal. And I think it's really unfortunate it's come at a time where I think our team is very disorganized because I thought that Villarreal game would have given us a chance to really bounce back. Liverpool beat us. Okay, not a problem. As we said, the stakes were not incredibly high in that game. We're at Anfield. They're a very informed team. Even if they have their holes, we just hope that they performed. We performed. It's unfortunate we didn't get a result from at least 1 point from that game, but we move on. That's fine. Um, the Mallorca game is a kind of almost a reset. Everything that we've done well in the previous 2 games that we were building on, you're into getting some form. We call it. Um, Having the team perform without Alvarez, having the team be able to show a sort of character, Koke and Griezmann giving some levels, rolling back the years for us because a lot of the other players are injured, so they're taking some responsibility from the youngsters. Everything that seemed to be doing really well, and keep in mind, all of those things I just mentioned has not changed. The problem is all of the bad parts of the team have resurfaced in a more hideous way than was before. So it's it's frustrating because I think Solat had a horrid 45 minutes, not even 45, full 90 minutes against Alaves, right? Gave away a penalty that we both argued really shouldn't be a penalty but by surely the laws of the whole thing, it was a penalty. Missed a bunch of open chances, destroyed chances for other people. Like this was just everything about that game was terrible. And I thought, well, it can't get worse than that. And then Mallorca game was even worse. And now he has 1 game suspension, meaning he'll be back for the next game, which is the Madrid derby, a second Madrid derby, because this is a Madrid derby too, which is against Real Madrid. So he'll be back for Real Madrid. I don't know what to say about that, but sure. But it's like this is a must-win game in a ways that I don't appreciate because Rayo is a really good team. They are rightfully in Europe this season, and they've been a good team for some time now. They've always been a thorn in the side of any big team. And they finally got the results to show that they got to the level that they're supposed to be. So we can't rest any players here, unfortunately. We can't rotate these players. This isn't as you said. That 7-0 game was a surprise to I think a lot of people because Rayo's always been a very good team. But I don't know. There's a lot of problems I can say about that. Oop, hold on, mine. Come on, from my camera. I don't know what happened there. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm not sure like what the plan is per se because while Baena is back, and I'm happy he's very happy he's back. We don't want to rush him. The game that we want him is for the Real Madrid game, and he won't be playing full 90 in that game either. He's coming back from an appendix injury with the appendicitis. Don't want to rupture that by even chance, so let's just keep him at limited minutes. This is not a game where I'm expecting to see any youngsters. So I'm even though Taufik, Yano, and Esquivel are doing first team training again, and it's nice that they're there. This is not a game we're gonna see anything, and neither is the Real Madrid game. So I have no expectations of them. I would like to see Pubil if Llorente is called for action further forward. Although I hope we also could rest Llorente for the Real Madrid game so keep him in full form. As per usual suspects I don't want to see. I don't want to talk too much about that. I want to talk about what I hope will happen, which is I hope Ruggieri starts. I hope we get to see a proper functional left-hand side. I hope we get to see a team that was creating the chances that we were doing in the first 5 games. What we saw in the Mallorca was not good. We saw in Villarreal at moments were good and at other moments were terrible. So we need to figure things out, especially right now where Real Madrid is basically running away with points right now. So we need to catch ourselves, get a little moment, and push. If I don't really feel like we're in a good position to really push for a title charge, but it's early days. If we do get these next 2 wins, it's something that I can think about. More so this win, as you say, partido. We need to talk about the Real Madrid game. Let's talk about the game right now. Rayo's a hard team. Luckily, is at home. So we have our fans to back us. We have something to look forward to. So I'm hopeful, but there's a cynicism that kind of comes with it. I don't really like. So what are your thoughts, though, in terms of the overall feel about the team right now?
I mean, I would say like it's not good. I think like again, like we all saw that like there was this video from I don't know from DAZN or I don't know from what like where Julian Alvarez said like always me like siempre me
Mm,
which I think like he probably meant something like with his thing on the field rather than on the substitution. This is what I feel like because he missed a penalty and then he missed a chance as well. So like he wasn't having a good game. So I think like that was like much more towards himself rather than like onto the club. Because I mean, come on, like I don't think that it can be towards club, but yeah, and the
I mean,
best way,
it's
and the best way to
unrealistic for him
obviously
to
like
fall out with the club this early on. Like he's as much
yeah,
as we've all complained about subbing out Alvarez, which like he just came back from a knock. You can't expect to play full 90, so probably not.
exactly, and yeah, true. But I would say like I think like we should again, I would say we should play our second team, but we don't really have a second team because again our players are injured. So yeah, basically we have to play our team. So yeah, we will. I think we will play with our whatever the strongest 11 available would be, and then we're gonna play the same match with Real Madrid with the same 11 as well. With most probably, I would be happy if Alex Baena gets some minutes. I would be happy if Josema gets some minutes, which I know like they will not be 100% fit for sure. Either Alex Baena or either Jose Giménez, they won't be 100% fit, but I want them to get some minutes so that like even if they come against Real Madrid, they can actually provide something. And talking about the match, I would say again, I mean like we like at the start, I only told you guys like we do have a lot of possession in these past few games. Is like what we do with the possession.
Hmm.
I mean like we don't. I mean like that's good. It's good. Like we control the game. That's good. Like we've always talked about like why can't we control the game? Now we are doing it. As an Atleti fan, I've been watching my team scoring on counter attacks and all. So like now we have like that control over on midfield, which is quite rare for Atletico de Madrid, which we're now having the control of the midfield, but we're not really like utilizing it properly, I would say, because we're not creating enough chances, and the chances we do create, we miss those chances. So, and the fact that like we just create like a few chances, like one, two chances, that's it in the entire game. Just one or two chances, that's it. Even if you look at the game against Villarreal, which we won, if you look at the goal scored, the first one was a mistake.
Before chances so much.
The first one was a mistake. The second one was a half chance. I mean, Nico González literally came out of nowhere. The ball was intended towards Sörloth. So, I mean, we
I
didn't
mean,
really create.
it was a hit and hope. Soloff was in the general vicinity and ended
Exactly,
up on Nico
exactly. So
Gonzalez,
yeah,
which is good.
what I'm saying is again we didn't create enough chances in that game as well. We were just fine. We won somehow. So that's what it is. I think we need to create enough chances in a game, like chance after chance after chance. Because if you're just limited to a few chances during a game and you don't have any prolific strikers up front as well, so yeah, you're gonna end up missing those chances, and then your defense will eventually concede one goal. Because again, like I said last time as well, as I was saying, like if your forwards won't finish their jobs, the other team forwards will do finish their jobs. I mean, the defense can't handle the entire game like that. If you miss your chances up front, you will concede at the back.
Hmm.
So this is what I think we need to work on. I think we do lack a creative playmaker in midfield. And it's not like we don't have those playmakers. We do have those playmakers. The fact is, they're just injured. Baena, Almada, and Cardoso. When Cardoso is back, Pablo Barrios can play up front as well. But now with Koke, I think he
A
has
little
to
more
cover.
subdued.
Exactly. So that's different now. So what we need is a creative playmaker. Now that I look at the team, I don't. Raspadori right now is growing as Atletico de Madrid. Now, the another creative playmaker I see is Griezmann, but Griezmann is not as he's used to be. He's slow, but I think we can use Griezmann against Rayo Vallecano. I think we can use Griezmann in this game. I think we should go for Griezmann Alvarez for this game, and then again, same the Nico González, Giuliano, and the Barrios and Koke midfield, or maybe Gallagher, and then I think the back four won't change at all. I don't think so. The back four won't will change.
I don't think it will. I think Simeone won't change it, but I think he really should. I think I think it's very clear to everybody involved. Uh, I don't know why he's so intent on using all of our healthy centre backs when one is even if Jimenez is now coming back, you can't guarantee that he'll be 100% fit. And the substitute that is falling back is Longley, who is also doesn't have a great track record of injury himself. I'm not sure this is a wise decision. If we have a backline of Ruggieri, Hanko, Lenormand, and Llorente, I'll be a lot more comfortable than if Longley started, especially in the instance that somebody does get injured, for instance. So I'm not sure. I don't know why it is that these things happen, but is what it is. We call it the whole we call it if you can see the different, like Hanko as a left back for Slovenia is a left back who you can clearly see he has a really nice like ability
Were
to
those
build.
ducks, by the way?
No, those are parrots. It's like every evening they come in and out of the region. Don't worry about it. But you can see the link between him and his players. There's a clear understanding with his team that he can be what he wants to be in terms of moving forward and these other things, because they'll cover for him and they'll also look for him because he's one of the star guys in Slovakia. Sorry, did I say Slovenia? I apologize for any of my for anybody from Slovenia who saw that. Slovakia. So the difference is in our system, you can do a lot. If you've seen what Hermoso has done before for us prior, if you've seen what Savage has done for us prior, Godin, Miranda, all of these players, when they want to move forward, it is very clear from the players. They see, they notice the movement, they'll pass to him immediately because they realize if we don't pass to him and he makes a forward run, right, and we just have pass in between. If we lose the ball here, one of our star centre backs is now out of position and we can't do anything about it. There's a sort of a difference in urgency versus a left back where you can make your runs. I'm not going to guarantee you to make those runs because I can cover for the left back because there's a centre back to cover there. There's a difference in urgency. There's a difference of how do we make these things work. The way that the angles are set up, all of these things, it's as simple as Ruggieri is a natural left back. He understands the roles of a natural left back. If you want Hanko as a left back, he's auxiliary. He's there as a if something goes wrong. He's very good at what he does if something
But
goes wrong, but
he
he is
plays
not the guy.
he's played left back for his country as well. So
Well, yeah, that was what I was saying. That's what I'm talking about. There's a difference in the system. It's not that he can't play left back. We've seen him. He's a very good left back. That's not the problem. The problem is he is being underutilized in our system for left back. If you following me, it's the same thing that you would say. For instance, Carrasco is a really good left wing back. Would you like him at left back? No, you
no.
wouldn't. Exactly. So it's just like
Hmm.
certain players and certain positions in our system cannot work in the way that we want them to work. I think Carrasco could be a left back, ironically, just not for us. I think he's a really good winger. I think Lino could work as a left back if you want him to, just not for us. So there's a sort of misunderstanding for a lot of these things where you need to, and I think Simeone is aware of it because every time if you listen to Simeone's presentations and prompts, right, he will talk if the journalists ever get like two brains and start to ask actually about players. If you look at his talks about Gallagher, if you talk his talks about Barrios, Koke, all these other players, he'll talk in detail what the player's strengths and weaknesses are, where he would like the player to be, what you think player can do for you, and what he wants from his team to be able to do and be able to replicate from in terms of his thoughts onto the pitch. So I don't think he's clueless. It's just there's a sort of a disconnect between the theory and the reality of it. In theory, Hanko is a really good left back. In reality, he is a subpar left back for our system. He's still very good. Ruggieri is a better left back for our system than Hanko is a left back for our system, despite I think me saying probably Hanko is a better left back in general. I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to say.
I mean that
So
maybe that's why Simeone is going for Devin Haskell as left back because again, like I think he's definitely better than Ruggieri. That's for sure.
I think that's a fair
So
thing to say. But I mean, he's
y-
better than most people in most positions. So
yes, so I'm just saying that like maybe like Simeone thinks like like maybe David Haskell like provides much more, let's say, stability or comfortness in defense than Ruggieri. Maybe that's why he's playing David Haskell, and then Longley can do his job as well. But again, I think like after Giménez will come back, I think things will look different. Maybe it will be just Giménez and Lenormand. Who knows? Maybe it'll be
knowing Simeone is a very real possibility of what do you call it? it being Giménez, Longley, Hanko, left back in that system, and I'll just be like, all right, that's the worst thing I've ever
Yeah,
seen. So
yeah, I won't be
I hate
surprised at
that.
all. I won't be surprised. I think Simeone has Intet, and I think David Hansko is definitely left back. But in this match, I would rest David Hansko. I think I'll play Ruggieri in this match. I'll go for Ruggieri as left back in this match for some reason, because again I want him to get rest for the Madrid derby, and then
This is a Madrid derby. What do you mean?
no, not as not the same rivalry, but anyway, the right back I think I'll give rest to Marcus Llorente as well. I think I'm gonna give a chance to Marco Beal, and then
In between the game, I would say, I don't think you can comfortably say I will start Pubil in this game and I will give Martins the rest for the entire 90 minutes. I don't think you can say that,
yeah,
even if
fine. Then
Pubil has a great game.
I think I'll give I'll
60
think I'll
minutes.
give Giuliano rest as well by pushing Llorente up front, because Giuliano was limping in last match, so
Yeah,
I'll
he
give
was.
him I'll give him
Yeah, he
some rest.
was.
I'll push Llorente up front, and or maybe I'll play Raspadori in that position, which he can play for me. But anyway, moving on to midfield, I think we don't really have much options, to be honest. So I'd rather play Gallagher in this match, so that maybe Koke or Barrios, or
I
and mostly Barrios. He doesn't have to run that much, because
I
Gallagher
know this
can
is funny to say, but
cover a lot of ground.
Gallagher last season against Rayo was not a good performance. I think that was his worst, arguably his worst performance for us thus far. But he was playing as a DM. Really, really bad game for us. And yet he still scored in that game, which is ironic. But off the ball, it was really bad. Rayo just absolutely cut through our left hand side with him and Galan on that flank. Well, not him on the flank, but him as left back, as DM on that left hand side. It just this. I don't think Gallagher's bad. I think Gallagher's pressing is really good when he's on the offense, not so much on the defense. What you want from him is to attack the DM, the centre back, the fullbacks, these players who don't particularly like being pressed and will usually make very big and sometimes dangerous plays as soon as you press them. You see it when you play certain teams. Rayo's really good at pressing too, so I feel comfortable with him in the two-man midfield, I should say. I digress.
I
We're gonna see
mean, but
Nico start
anyway,
first.
let's just move on to Raya. To be honest, I mean, I think the main threat is obviously Easy Palazon, and then he's the main guy who literally makes things work for Rayo Vallecano. Even the goalkeeper sometimes, like, he's very good. And again, especially
Depends.
against us, yeah, especially against us, every keeper is like Oliver Kahn in his prime. So yeah,
Depends on the
I
game. Some
I,
Rayo
I don't
games, the
really,
keeper
I
is
don't really, I
awful,
don't really.
and I truly do mean awful against us.
Not against us, not against us. The last
How do
time I saw
you can't explain? We've beat
the last
Rayo.
time the last time I saw someone had like a horrible game in goal was Adrian from Real Betis.
Oh, and the 4-0, 4, the 4-1 game was a 4-1 or 4-2?
Yeah. That's the worst goalkeeping I've seen. I mean,
I
like,
mean, that's
but
recently, but I just saying
I mean,
in terms
again,
of
that game didn't really like mean that much. That's how when these goalkeepers go back to shit. But now, like, since everything matters, like, they're gonna play like Oliver Kahn, prime Oliver Kahn, for some reason.
I mean,
Cisse is going to play like Sol Campbell in his prime. I'm telling you, no
we
aerial balls.
we've had a very comfortable record against Rayo whenever we play at home. I think we have one draw
This,
in the last
yeah,
like
again, in past, yes,
seven.
this season has been disaster. So I can't really like say anything about this game yet, because again, we don't really know what kind of Atleti will turn up. It'll be another frustrating game where we just like keep possession and don't create much, or like it'll be another game where we do create much, but then again we're gonna miss chances. So we have to see what kind of Atleti turns up in this game. But anyway, Moving on, we can't really do possible lineups for this game because again there was no news in the media for the training session that happened, and I think. But for me, I'll let the guys decide. Guys, you guys can let us know in the comment section what you guys think should be the starting 11 for tomorrow. But we can just discuss in case about this one. So I would say for me, like what would I prefer tomorrow? I would say Oblak obviously, and then I'll play Magpubil, and then Lenormand Longley, and I'll go with Ruggieri. I'll rest it with Hansko as well. And then I'll push Marcus Llorente up front with Pablo Barrios, with Conor Gallagher, and with, you know what? I'll play Nico González because again he needs this match fitness. I'll play Nico González as well, and then up front Julian Alvarez and Griezmann. That'll be my starting lineup for tomorrow's game. What about you?
I don't think. I think I'd play Ruggieri. I would start Hanko, Lenormand, and Llorente. I think I'll go Gallagher at left and give Nico some rest. Although, if Giuliano still has a knock, then we'll have to just use him on the right, which is what we originally bought him for, ironically. I'd still go Koke and Barrios. And yeah, Griezmann Alvarez. I think it's clear right now that's the fallback plan. Some things are working well. But in terms of substitutes, I would like to see Baena come on for Griezmann. I'd like to see we call it Pubil come on for Llorente. I'd like to see
Giménez coming on from Lenormand.
no. I don't like subs coming onto the games. Centre backs. I don't like centre backs coming onto games unless we
are winning
sure.
the match.
Yeah. They don't change anything if you're not winning the match, in my opinion. Sometimes they can even make your defense worse. So not always a wise decision to me. But I guess you'd have to have Gallagher eventually move into midfield because Koke and Barrios probably don't want to play full 90. But then we have no midfielders. I don't know what the plan is.
Maybe Atleti goes berserk, score 4 goals in first half. Like fuck it, come on, Tawfiq, go on, get those minutes. Which I'm
you know me, I'm the big advocate for youngsters, but I don't see it. Our bench just seems to be getting weaker and weaker somehow as the games go on, and not only that, it just feels like Jesus. Every time that you think you catch a break, it's just oof. I don't know. You sub on a player, you expect to have a decent-ish performance. They play terrible, and it's like, well, who's the next person we could sub on inside him? It's like you can't. That's it. If Barrios or Koke get an injury now, I think that's the LaLiga title season done. There's no chance. Like, I'm not saying that we have a solid chance of coming back, but it's early days and there's possibilities. But if we lose either of Koke or Barrios right now in this stretch of the season, that's it. Title hopes are actually for sure done.
I mean, for me, like still, for me, it's still like we're literally one match away. And like if we lose points in this game, I think
we're not. You know what's really funny? I felt this way like last time, right? So it's like when we played Barcelona last season, right? As we were saying, a loss would not have actually put us in outside of title contention. The problem wasn't the loss; it was the way that we lost. It was you had complete control of 2-0 for 70 something minutes, and then you threw away the game in the last 20 something minutes with Longley and all these other things. So it's like a 4-2 loss is now a humiliation, and a humiliation has mental problems that go after outside of the game. The loss itself is not the problem; it's the fact that the way that you lose is the problem. If we lose, let's say we lose the next 2 or 3 games, which is horrible, by the way. Don't discount that, right? It's like if we lose 1-0 against Real Madrid at home, that's a big problem mentally. But if we lost 1-0 to Espanyol at home, it doesn't have the same impact, obviously, right? These but two again, games, if we draw it,
No, no,
I'm
no.
not
Hang on.
comfortable either.
Exactly, it's just a win. Like you can't really
It
like
has to be
go
a
with
win.
draws. It has to be a win because again, Real Madrid is like nine, I think 9 points, and like they're winning the game today as well. So that's like 12 points. So
Yeah.
that's
So
like
it's
they're miles ahead already. And then again, they're gonna be games like again Real Madrid is coming up next, which again, if they win, they're gonna be 15 points ahead of us. That's
so.
over. That's La Liga over, bro.
I mean, don't get it twisted. Again, we were 10 points behind. I think more than 10 points behind Barcelona at one point last season,
Yes,
and then we
because
eclipsed them.
Barcelona slipped up. Because Barcelona slipped up. Do
That's
you
what
think?
happens with. That's what happens with any title season. If
Yeah,
you
I
look
don't
at
think
if you look
I
at
don't think
if
Real
you look
Madrid
at
is slipping up the way they're playing now.
I'm not saying that it's looking good. It's not. Our results have been poor, and we need results right now in the next two games, especially the Rayo game. We need the Rayo game to be a win. But a title is not decided in the first 5 or 10 games. It's decided over the entire 38. So
Yes, and yeah, I'm telling you, Atleti won't win if we don't get
I'm not
3
saying
points the
no.
next two
I am
games.
saying I am less worried about the La Liga title race hopes and more worried about our overall season because I think we have done enough games and Simeone is a smart enough man to figure out a lot of the flaws that we've already figured out and to create a sort of a momentum to start and create actual movement for the team. That's what I think. My problem is less so the La Liga title, although that is a problem. My problem is we have fundamental flaws in our team and our system, and it needs to be addressed quicker than it was last season. Last season was addressed early-ish, but we still had a lot of problems. De Paul had that horrid start, and then he figured himself out. Cool. Sörloth figured himself out. Alvarez figured himself out. All of these players last season, it took some time and then they got into the rhythm or whatever. We have way more players now who are coming in, and a lot of them are injured too. So the people who did hit the ground running are not here, and the people who didn't hit the ground running are here, and they have to figure that they have to hold the responsibility. And it's my that's if I feel like I'm ranting a little bit, but the core problem is the entire team is not together. Some parts are still missing, and they don't know where they fit themselves into the system. I don't know where Raspadori fits perfectly into the system, but I think he'll figure himself out in time. I need it to be now, though. Unfortunately, I wish I could give you more time. It has to be now. Nico González is doing well. I still need a little bit more from you. Even though you've had a great debut, even though you've been really good in these games, I need more from you. I need more from the newcomers. Ruggieri is the same thing. I feel like I've been a really big Ruggieri fan, and I think he's done well. I need more from you, if you understand what I mean. That's what I need from Atletico. We need to show people what I think a lot of the fans believe, which is that we are one of the best teams in the world, regardless of what happens in the league, regardless of what happens in Champions League, whatever. I believe this is one of the best teams in the world, and we have a reputation for a reason. Simeone is a great coach, and I want to see him become who I want him to be. I want him to, at the end of the season, to get the trophies that he's missed out on over the years. That's what I want. So I don't. I know I'm putting a lot on the line, but yeah, that's what it feels like with this Rayo game. That's what it does feel like.
Sure, sure. I mean, like again, this game like is if like in regular season this game wouldn't really have that much importance, but like now I think like this game holds a lot of importance
Yeah.
as moving forward. But anyway, guys, do let us know your opinions. What do you guys think about the game against Rayo Vallecano? Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. And we just get to the final part of this episode, which is
Ooh.
yeah, which I hate because he never get it right.
We've been
But
wrong every time.
exactly. But I'm gonna go straight up. I'm gonna go 5-0. Fuck this shit. I'm getting
Yeah,
all
five
delusional.
zero. Here's what
Five
you go
zero.
5-0 for Atletico. I go 5-0 for Rayo. Somewhere in between will be right. It will make sense. Some way somehow we'll be right. It makes sense to me.
Wow, dude, are you going like
Look,
5-0 against
we've been
Atletico de
wrong
Madrid, Rayo
too
Vallecano?
many
Seriously?
times. We've been wrong too many times. It has to be
Okay,
somebody has to be right.
exactly. Okay, in all fairness, okay, fine. I think 5-0 is like a bit too much for my delusional mind as well. So fine, I'll go and say I think 3-0 should be good enough.
I think 2.
Well, I think we can
I think 2-0 is a reasonable result.
on paper we can beat
On
this team.
paper, this is a
3-0.
possible 2-0.
3-0 on
Okay.
paper. Again, on paper,
Okay.
3-0.
Alvarez hat trick, 3-0.
Fuck yeah. And then he can always say, he can all get that Mario Balotelli shirt or why always me.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we'll see you guys soon for the review of this game, and then we'll do a preview for Real Madrid match as well. So yeah, a lot of videos. So again, like I said, so subscribe to the channel so like you don't miss any episode, and we'll see you guys soon. Until then, Atleti.